Hi, everybody, and welcome to our week number 12 Twitch live stream for my research methods class. Hard to believe that we are in the last couple of days of October, that we are almost to the last fourth of our class, right? Like, if you are on our page and scroll down, like, we are way down here. Next week will be November, which is just wild to me. Feels like a long time ago that we started, but it's gone really, really quickly. So, anyway, I hope everyone is doing well, that you're hanging in there with this weird hot weather that we have. I mean, I guess it's kind of typical like Santa Ana weather for this time of year, but definitely not my favorite. So I'm gonna hope that it's a little bit cooler for Halloween on Friday. But I want to give you a little bit of feedback really quickly about last week, and then we'll move on to this week. We got kind of a big week in terms of having an exam. And then I'll give you the extra credit and we'll call it a day. So going back to last week with week number 11, kind of a typical week in the sense that we had a lecture and a discussion and an extra credit. And a lot of you are doing the extra credit, which I think is fantastic. But the discussion for last week that was right here, a lot of you, I enjoyed your little charts. And a lot of them looked very similar, which is good, right? You would hope. And a couple of you kind of designed it a little bit differently. But what I wanted to go over here was like, so you can see with the way that the charts like manifest, oftentimes whether there's like a main effect or an interaction effect, and you can see that visually, which a lot of you picked up on, which I think is great. In terms of what kind of design is this, a lot of you said 2 by 3. Technically, it's a 3 by 2, but and you identified it, the independent variables, right? Like whether or not they were on a single task or a dual task, the number of days that they had been driving and the context, and then we measured the number of collisions as the dependent variable. So a lot of you did a really, really great job kind of identifying all those little different components. Really nicely done. Some of you still forgetting to do that peer response, which is worth 2 points. Definitely want to make sure you do that. They're kind of an easy 2 points to get. And then this week, we move on to week number 12. And we're doing APA formatting part 2. There are 3 parts to this in total. So part 2 this week and part 3 coming in the coming weeks. But this one, instead of reading in the textbook, you have 2 chapters. And I'm sorry that they don't look like perfect. I scanned them so that I didn't have to make you buy the book. I didn't want to make you buy the APA manual. So you can see they're not like perfect, but hopefully because they're free, you forgive me. So I scanned the 2 chapters page by page that I wanted you to read of the APA manual. And then you also have the lecture to read through as well. And as always, on the first page, you have the objectives and summary. On the second page, beyond the book. This one all about like APA formatting, how to create a title page. And then Jasmine Becker right here, she has since moved on from our college, but made a wonderful presentation about APA style formatting that you should definitely watch. It's going to be really helpful for you. And then on the final page, the terms that you need to know for the exam. So make sure you go through that whole lecture, watch Jasmine's video. It's going to be really helpful for you. Read these 2 chapters. That's your textbook reading for the week. And then as always, I did make a lecture video. I kept this one short since Jasmine also made a video, but I'm going through some of the general rules of APA formatting and so on. Definitely watch this, take notes, and pay attention and all that fun stuff, as it will help you with the discussion and with the final paper that you'll write for this class and so on. So once you've done all of your reading and you've done all of that, you can click on discussion number 12. And as always, you have my instructions followed by my video. So this one is all about APA style. So I gave you a little APA formatting checklist, a title page guide, and a sample title page. And using those are really going to help you in this discussion. So you have a couple of pieces. The first, you're going to go to this practice exercises website, and you're going to complete 2 different exercises. Don't worry too much about any questions that involve citation formatting. We haven't covered that yet. But I gave you 2 kind of general exercises. And then what you'll do is you'll kind of write about your results from them. So you can share whatever was like important or kind of helpful with them. Then what you're going to do after that is you're going to create a title page using the information in the formatting checklist above. and the title page guide that's right here as well. So you're going to come up with a fictional title for your paper along with filling in all the author information. You can either attach it or you can upload it as an image, but I am nitpicking on these, okay? So this is all you're really doing for this are these little exercises and then commenting on them and then creating a title page. So every little bit of your title page is going to be looked at. So if you click on the sample, for example, you're going to want to look at like what the sample looks like. Canvas is having some issues too, so let's see if it decides to open here. So here is a sample page that I uploaded for you. And so what you can see here, right, is it has the like page right here, number at the top. It's got the title in bold. It's got this information here. So just make sure that you're following this to the T. And then you also have your title page guide and checklist to kind of help you with that. So just know that I am going to be very like particular about it. Like little things will be worth points. So that is kind of what you're doing this week. So you can see some people have already done that. Don't forget to also comment on one of your peers' posts. Maybe you really like their title page and title they created or something you can resonate with on those APA exercises. And then because it is week 12, we also have exam number 3. And so exam number 3, just like the first two, same styles, same formatting, same everything. So if you've been doing really well on the exams, approach this one in the same way, and hopefully you'll do really well on this one as well. So the exam right here is worth 50 points. It has 44 questions, 60 minutes, all the same kind of stuff as you've seen with the other two. And just like the other ones, you have 60 minutes, you get one attempt. So make sure that you're ready and you're organized before you begin. And as I've mentioned a couple times, like organized and ready, make sure that you've studied. Make sure that you've done the study guide. If it were me, I would have it like printed and typed out in front of me so that I could easily reference stuff as I went if I forgot what a term was. What you don't want is to be using up your valuable time like flipping through the book or flipping through lectures, trying to find something. You can use your notes and book, but again, I think creating that study guide in front of you is going to be the best way to go. Canvas will stop you when you run out of time, so be really mindful of the clock. If you don't know one of them, skip it and come back to it. That's totally fine. You will get a score right away when you hit submit, which is nice, so you don't have to wait for that. But make sure that you study and prepare. Our exam, this one isn't necessarily cumulative other than the fact that everything kind of builds on what came before. But if you look at the study guide, I've given you exactly what will be on there. So it's everything from chapter 10, 11, 12, and then APA formatting part 2 from this week. So if the term is on here, make sure you're familiar with it, make sure you know it. If it's not on here, you can let it go. Again, if it were me, what I would do is type out all of these and have it in front of me. That way it would just be like an easy thing to reference during the exam should I not remember and need a little bit of help. So that would be my biggest suggestion. Again, very straightforward, mainly multiple choice and matching and true false. So make sure that you prepare. A lot of you have been doing just so well on the exams, and it shouldn't be that this one is any different, same style and format and all that kind of stuff. So those are your big things for this week, discussion 12 and exam number 3. And then don't forget your reading and so on for the APA manual. I will, of course, post the recording of this in a little bit. And there's your checklist to make sure you've done everything. And I'll give you some reminders right now along with the extra credit. First reminder, and I already typed this up and put it in the chat, don't forget to double check your subscription status. As we hit these even weeks of like month-long periods, remember they tend to expire after 30 days, so you might need to renew it periodically. The other reminder, if you're looking ahead, and I cannot believe that next week is November, our next Twitch live stream will be on Wednesday, November 5th at 1 o'clock p.m. And again, I cannot believe that next week is November. That's just wild. So we are definitely getting there with the semester. So I know this is a busy time. Hang in there. Hopefully Halloween kind of provides a nice little break for this week. Let me also give you the extra credit. This is the week number 12. I'm going to put it here in the chat. Week number 12, Twitch extra credit question related to your reading in order. What are the sections in a typical APA-style empirical article? In order, what are the sections in a typical APA-style empirical article? And when you're ready to answer that, since we're in week 12, you'll click right here on optional Twitch extra credit number 12. And then up at the top, you can click on start assignment. And that brings up the space where you can type your response. And when you're done, go ahead and hit submit. For confetti and four-leaf clovers, right? It should have been pumpkins for this week. That would have been way better. But this is worth 2 points. A lot of you have been doing these throughout the class, which I think is fantastic. Altogether, it adds up to a lot of points. If you haven't been doing them, it's not too late to start. And remember, if you're watching this later as a recording, you can still totally do this as long as you have your subscription to Twitch, which is free to do. It just takes a couple of steps to set up. So that is everything for this week, kind of short and sweet. I will hang out if any of you have any questions. There aren't very many of you in here with me today, but if you do have any questions, I will hang out and I'm more than happy to answer them. Otherwise, I hope you all have a wonderful week. If you celebrate Halloween, happy Halloween. I tell you not to eat too much candy, but I plan to eat way too much candy. So that would be hypocritical. So stay safe, whether that's with candy or whatever that you're consuming, but stay safe, take care of yourself, have fun. And I will hope to see you all next week. So I'm going to put thank you in the chat, and I'm going to minimize my video, but I will hang out for a few minutes if you do have any questions for me. Otherwise, I'll hope to see you all. Hope to see you all next week for week number 13. I cannot even believe that. Yeah, thank you too. Happy Halloween to you as well. I plan to eat a ridiculous number. Snickers peanut butter is my favorite candy bar right now, or like peanut butter M&Ms. I plan to go heavy on the Halloween candy. I have to make sure I'm celebrating the holiday with the candy, right? Don't follow my example. And as I mentioned, I will hang out for a few minutes if you do have any questions for me. Otherwise, I will hope to see you all next week.